super excited, especially because I haven't played open tonight. This is my second year, and I'm just grateful to be healthy and be with these good guys.
And Trey, how confident are you in this team this year? You've had now good, 3-4 weeks being together. What's your opinion, basically, where you guys are at?
I think a big thing for us is that we have a lot of depth. Our team is, we have a lot of guys that can start. We have a lot of guys that really contribute to the rotation. It's going to be tough playing all those guys, but it helps us because we have a lot of roster flexibility and fluidity from each team that we play against.
Is that how good you like not playing open night? How tough is that?
Very tough, especially because I've been a pretty healthy guy for up until my third year, and so not being able to play like the first game definitely hurts. So I'm glad I'm able to get off to a good start this year.
I was going to say, does that echo similarities of 2 years ago? I know there's a lot of different faces, but having depth—that's what everybody talks about. You need to get through a regular season.
I feel like we've had depth. It's just being healthy is the biggest thing. If we're a healthy team, then we'll have depth. If we're not healthy, then we'll have depth.
So, a guy like Jeremiah, do you talk through those first game jitters?
Yeah, I definitely want to give him something, but the biggest thing for him is if you're nervous, it's okay. It's part of it. It means you care, and so you gotta listen to your feelings and really embrace that you're really here. So it's a blessing, but I know he'll be fine.
Do you remember what it was like for your first game, mentally, your nerves and stuff like that?
Yeah, through the roof. Played against Philly, and there was probably my mom, my dad in there. That was it. And didn't get my first bucket until the third quarter, so I was very nervous. I remember all of that.
Trey, what part of your game do you take the most pride in?
That's a good question right there. I would think making the right play. Trying to make the right play is the biggest thing I take pride in. I feel like that's something that I've tried to do my entire life. And, making the right play, trying to make the best basketball play possible, whether it's offensively or defensively.
When you look at all the practices and games you've had to this point, what do you think could be a strength for this team moving forward this season?
I think the biggest thing for us is going to be our youth, especially running in transition. We got a lot of guys, a lot of athletes, and so getting out in transition is definitely going to help us, especially because that's going to be our strength with the athletes we have on this team.
Thank you.
It feels really good. We've been getting after it these last couple of days, just tuning things up, getting ready for the first game. So I'm super excited. The energy is here, and it's the first game is here as well. So,
what are those nerves going to be like tomorrow, you think?
Man, I don't think I'll have any. When I'm still playing the game I love, and we're going to go out there and compete for sure.
Jeremiah, how old were you when you first thought about you wanted to play in the NBA? And, of course, your first NBA game.
I was probably around 6. Probably around 6. Started taking the game very serious, and I told my parents at an early age that I wanted to play in the NBA. So, I've just continued to stick with it and continuing to trust myself and work out there.
Hey, Jeremiah, was John a guy you grew up watching and liking?
Yeah, for sure. Brings a lot to the table for his team, especially on offensive end. Super athletic, really explosive. But we're gonna do what we do. We're gonna do what we do to contain him and slow him down.
Has anybody given you any good advice about it being your first game tomorrow? Has anybody pulled you aside yet?
I would definitely say the coaches, all the assistant coaches. He's been talking to me about the overall team aspect of kind of what we're doing to prepare for them. So it's super dope to finally be able to take the court for my first official real game. I'm excited.
Tomorrow will be different, but you have had 2 preseason games. What did you learn from that experience about anything about competing?
Like you said, competing was the biggest thing. Going out there, taking the court with other amazing guys, going out there competing and playing to the budget stage was something not to break from the game, and just continuing to learn from every single game.
Everybody, pretty much we're in good spirits, good health. We had a good solid day of practice. Just tightening the screws on some of our details, working on some of our concepts on both ends of the floor. It's going to be a good game for us against a good opponent. So we're looking forward to it.
Well, do you have an idea yet of your rotations, a pretty good grasp on what you're going to want to do, at least during this first few weeks or 2?
We have an idea, so to speak, but you guys know sometimes during the course of a game that can change. So those are just the adjustments that you kind of have in your back pocket, knowing that we can get to different lineups at different times. But we have somewhat of an idea based on our preseason games, but we'll continue to work at that.
Did you have any idea yet about Derek Queen and his availability for tomorrow?
He'll be evaluated after today's practice, but it looks like he'll be a go.
What about Carlo? Did he practice today?
Carlo didn't practice today, so yeah.
How good of a test is this to start the season with all of the different strengths that Memphis has?
It'll be a good test. Memphis historically has been a pretty good team the last 4 or 5 seasons. Last year they were a playoff team again. Jaren Jackson, John Morant, those 2 guys make their team go. They got some young guys that are scrappy and really good in playing their roles. So, again, it's a good test for our team. We want to start the season well. So it's important for us to get there, be detailed, go out, play our game, play confident.
Well, what's your message to guys like Jim out, who's his first NBA game? How do you can calm down?
That's going to be a part of it. It's just a natural first game jitters. But once the ball goes up and he settles into the game, our message for him is that don't let off the gas. He's confident. He works at it. These guys work their whole lives for these opportunities, and it's right here in front of them. So we'll just go take it, be confident in what we're doing, and that's it. Have some fun with it.
What do you remember about your first game?
Much the same. A little nervous. I remember it was against the Miami Heat, and we won. So that was a big thing. We won the game. I got some playing time as a rookie for the first time, but it's just playing within yourself, playing hard, competing, falling in love with that process as you go through.
Willie, how eager are you this year? I know we've asked you about making atones for last year, but do you feel like there's just something different this year that you guys want to set as a coaching staff differently?
Yeah, I do. I feel like in the NBA, you're always learning and serving and pouring into your players and staff. That's sort of the backbone of coaching for me. And, this is a different group, some new faces, but it's been energetic. It's been exciting. Our practices have been highly, highly competitive. And we want to make sure that we approach each and every game, each and every day with a competitive spirit. So tomorrow, that'll be the test for us. Let's get out. Let's compete. Let's defensively be sound. Let's make sure we're detailed. And then, give ourselves a chance to go out and win each and every game.
What do you want or hope will be a strength for your team this season?
I think, number one, this team being connected. I can't speak on that enough. Being connected, having each other's back every day. Just practice, film, whatever it is, being connected, being together. I think we're going to be a team that plays fast. We're going to get up and down the floor. We're going to be a high assist team. Defensively, we're going to have to be scrappy. We're going to have to make it really tough on opponents, make sure we keep them out of our paint, sort of our pillars that have been there since I've gotten here. And so that's what we want to see from this group.
Really, Trey's gotten better every year. Now he's healthy. PI gone. There's a lot of points out there. How do you see his role evolving?
I think it first starts on the defensive end for Trey. He's going to be guarding primetime guys night in and night out, rebounding the ball, finishing possessions for him. So making sure he's competing on that end of the floor. And then to your point, offensively, we think he has a high ceiling. He's always a guy that has been really good at taking advantage of closeout situations. Guys help off of him. He can shoot it. He can drive it. He makes good decisions with the basketball. He's a great finisher at the rim, great getting to the free throw line. He's handling it a bit more. So that's the addition to him. But just continue to add, take another step to see.
Willie, I want to ask a follow-up question. Is there anything new that maybe you've added? I know a year ago you posted about how you wanted to delve more into advanced analytics. Of course, the season went awry. I don't know how much you were able to do that. But is there anything different, something like that this season?
Well, I'm always really trying to make myself uncomfortable as a coach. And a lot of that for me right now is just the over-communication to players, over-communication to staff. I think I can't do that enough as a coach. When you're over-communicating, I think people have a clear picture of what we want to accomplish. Our players individually have a clear understanding of their roles. And every day I can come in and hold myself accountable to that. In the NBA, in any profession, especially coaching, you're always learning. You're always learning. I want to make sure I'm open to that. But I'm confident in what I know I can help our team get on the floor and do.